Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, I have a very special announcement and offer. This is my new novel, East of Everywhere, which releases everywhere on Thursday, November 11th, 2021. So that's this Thursday. And as a very special offer, if you pre-order the novel between now and its release date on Thursday, then you will get a coupon code for $5 off any service or product in my online store, www.susandonspiritual.com, $15 and up. All you have to do is pre-order the novel in hardcover, paperback, or ebook and send me a screenshot, and I will send you a coupon code for $5 off any service or product at susandonspiritual.com, $15 and up. So it is a very limited time offer, so make sure that you get it in. You can save your bookings for later if you'd like, or save the coupon code for later if you'd like. But this is a very special offer. And just as a hint, if you'd like the ebook, it is only $3.99. So $5 off coupon for any of my services or products for the cost of a $3.99 ebook. Thank you guys so much. That is really helping to support me and the launch of my latest novel, which I'm very excited about. And now, let's get to it. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a very special reading where we are looking at the journey to union for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. Make sure that you are checking out both readings. The Divine Masculine was very deep and unexpected and very insightful. So make sure that you're checking out both readings. This is for your inner masculine and feminine energies, as well as for your sacred union if you're in a sacred partnership. So please do take it as it resonates for you, as it is helpful in providing guidance for you and your journey. That is what it is for. It is for some insight and some guidance for you along your sacred union path to ascension. Okay, so what is this reading about? We have kind of a set spread here, but as usual, and Spirit kind of took us off course with the Divine Masculine reading, but I think it all came together. We're going to be looking at the Divine Feminine and what the journey really entails for her. We're going to be looking at the distorted feminine energy and the shift in consciousness that she has been experiencing through this ascension process. We're going to be looking at the current energies. How is she feeling about the journey itself? How is she feeling about her connection? How is she feeling about her counterpart? We're also going to be looking at what is healing. We're going to be looking at the challenges she's facing, what she's surrendering, and get some guidance as well. So let's get right into it and see what is the theme for the Divine Feminine for her journey. What has been the theme for the Divine Feminine for her journey? And I do want to just say here, I apologize for the sound. I am in the process of uploading another video that is my laptop that is making that noise, so I hope that it is not too distracting. We're making do where we can right now as we're in the process and transition of moves and all this stuff. So we're making do where we can. All right. I also, because it came up in the Divine Masculine reading, want to encourage you guys to check out the Protecting Your Union Sacred Union Energy Update. That was a very powerful reading that we did. Actually, all of the Sacred Union Energy updates and Ascension channelings that we've been doing have been just kind of mind-boggling. And it's because there are so many transformations and so many shifts that are coming about. And I feel like Spirit really wanted me to do these kind of readings right now, kind of to see where we were as reflection on where we are now and where we're headed. Take a pause right now to look back at your journey. Take a pause to reflect on where you were and even who you were, the past version of who you were, because you are not in the same energy that you were in even at the start of October. October was a massive shift for us, for the collective consciousness, and for us, those of us who are on this ascension journey with our sacred partners. So again, take it as it resonates for you. Take it as the masculine or the feminine energies within you. Take it as a reading for your sacred connection with a counterpart. Again, the sacred union path is just one path to ascension. You're doing this with a partner because you are helping each other to grow, evolve, ascend, and expand. So you're doing this with a partner, but it really is about your own inner journey yourself. You just happen to be doing that with a partner, with an ascension partner. Okay, so that being said, let's get into this. All right, Spirit, tell me about the journey, the theme of the journey for the Divine Feminine. What has she been experiencing? What has the Divine Feminine been experiencing on her journey? What is the theme of her ascension? I'm going to take that one. Unknown territory. Yes. This is the energy of surrender. The Divine Feminine has been learning how to trust her intuition, even if it looks a little bit cloudy, foggy, and she doesn't know where she's going. I'm getting look, there's the Divine Masculine that came out for the Divine, on the bottom of the deck of the Divine Masculine's reading as well. It was the feminine energy. The masculine energy was stepping into power, and then we had the wise leader as the feminine energy. So here she is again in her self-empowerment, learning how to be your authentic self, learning how to be in your place of sovereignty and self-empowerment. This is Empress energy, but this is also the masculine energy. That merged energy, that union energy, the energy of learning how to balance out the leadership and authenticity of the masculine energy with the sacred feminine codes, the sacred femininity, being that beacon of light for others. Previously, what we have gotten for the Divine Feminine is this kind of energy, and she's experienced this throughout her journey, this energy of a desert. This was a vision that they had shown me a couple of times. This energy of a desert, and it feels kind of like a void, and she doesn't know where she's going, and she can't really make sense of anything, but she's still traveling, she's still going. She's letting her intuition guide her to the oasis, to where she needs to be. And she knows that she's going to get there. She is going to get there. That oasis is not a mirage. In fact, the desert itself is the mirage, and the oasis is what is real. That's a heavy metaphor. A very interesting analogy for what we've been experiencing on this journey as Divine Feminines. This journey for Divine Feminines has really forced you to look inside yourself. Both counterparts, interestingly enough, have been mirroring this energy, but you go about it in different ways. So your Divine Masculine and your Divine Feminine, if you're embodied, you experience the journey in different ways. Masculines experience it, the embodied masculine, embody this from a very physical standpoint, from a very physical experience. Divine Feminines, however, even though they kind of have that knowing and that clarity and that higher perspective, their struggle, their challenge is that they have to trust that. They can't rely on what they're experiencing in the physical. They have to trust their intuition. They have to trust what's felt within the heart, because the physical is the illusion. And Divine Feminines have experienced this by a lot of, for lack of a better word, bullshit. They have experienced this as a lot of difficult experiences, challenging experiences, experiences that have them doubting, experiences that have them questioning themselves, their sanity, their intuition, their very reality. And what that is that has them connecting deeper and deeper and deeper to the core of themselves, to the soul of themselves, to God itself, Mother, Father, God, Source itself. When you are on the ascension journey, you begin to understand, you begin to awaken to the concept or the idea that you create the reality around you, that the reality, the physical reality of the world that you are experiencing is but a simulation or a hologram of everything that you hold within. You begin to really understand this, not just as a concept, but you begin to experience this. You begin to understand this through your experience, through your creations. When you really tap into that energy and really integrate this, really anchor this in, you recognize how powerful of a co-creator with God you really are, the universe you really are. And that doubt, questioning, uncertainty just creates resistance for you creating your highest timeline, for you creating your highest reality. Divine Feminines have had to, and it's been a struggle for her, Divine Feminines have had to almost learn how to ignore the physical world. Now, the physical world is not something that we ignore. It's something that we are experiencing, and we need to accept it. We don't bypass it. We don't just say, oh, that's not what I want to experience, so I'm just going to ignore it and pretend it doesn't exist. No, we have to be very grounded in the physical reality. But it's the knowing that it's not all there is. It's knowing that it's the illusion, and then you have the power to shift your reality by shifting the energy within yourself, because everything is energy, right? Everything is energy. And so the more you shift your energy within yourself, the more you shift the projection and the hologram or the simulation of what you're seeing in your physical experience. So if you are experiencing lack in your world with regards to finances, for example, or love or relationships or whatever it is, if you're focused on that energetically, if you're holding on to that belief energetically, if you're repeating those pain patterns and that lack consciousness energetically, then that's going to perpetuate the experience in your physical world because you're perpetuating the energy. However, if you shift the energy and go within and you resolve, hey, I'm actually abundant. I know that I have what it takes. I know my value. I know my worth. I know that abundance is just an energy and that it's infinite. If you shift the energy within yourself and release the resistance, then you naturally align in your physical world. You experience that in your physical world because you're aligned to it energetically. It's been a difficult journey for the Divine Feminines to really surrender to that, because throughout this journey, she's really been trying to control the unknown. I'm a big fan of hockey. We have a team here locally that's part of the AHL. It's a big team. And we have a new coach that says, control the controllables. That's the only thing that you can do is just in any hockey game, because you have a puck on the ice, you have a puck that's just kind of, you can't control the puck. I mean, you can to some extent, but only to the extent that you're controlling the stick, right? You're controlling where you skate. You can't control what the other team is doing. You can't even control what your teammates are doing to some extent. You can only control yourself in the game. You definitely can't control the puck on the ice, or I should say you can't expect the ice to go where you want it to go all the time. There's a real balance there of setting up the play and having that expectation for where you want it to go versus where it does go, right? There's a real balance there. And this coach says control the controllables. That's the only thing that you control. You can only control the controllables, which is yourself, which is your energy, which is your mindsets, your beliefs, your patterns. And the more you clear, transmute, and heal those toxic elements, those distortions, those pain patterns, the more you clear that, the more you come into alignment with higher timelines, higher vibrations, higher frequencies that then emits into your physical world that which is aligned to the high vibrations, abundance, financial success, business success, joy, whatever it is that you are wanting to create physically, whatever it is that you're manifesting, because you align to it energetically within. But the focus had to be within. So when we're talking about sacred partners, for a large portion of this journey, the focus had been on the sacred partner, because you know that as you heal, your person naturally comes together with you. That's just the paradox of these sacred partners. And if they don't evolve and they don't expand, that's their own free will. You can't force another person to do the work. You can't enforce another person to expand or to evolve. That's their own soul's journey. That's their own soul's path. That's part of what you have to release. Again, control the controllables. You cannot control another person, and you cannot control another person's healing or ascension. You can only control yourself. And so if that person decides to kind of not do the work, not to expand, not to grow, then it's your job, your role to continue on with your own ascension, not to hold yourself back. It can be difficult to release that, but that's also what you've been learning on this journey, is to release the attachment. Release the attachment to people, places, things, mindsets, ideas. Release the attachment, because that attachment creates resistance. That attachment creates a hold. I'm going to pause here and mention one of the videos that I've done, a sacred channeling that I've done. Cannot remember at this time. I'll put a link to it in the description box. But we talk about that. We talk about, I think it's the journey's end. So we talk about releasing the hold, releasing the pressure, releasing the container, so that you're just in an energy of flowing with love. That is divine feminine essence, where you are just flowing, just allowing it to come to you, just trusting your intuition and the guidance that you're receiving and saying, you know what, I don't need to control this. I don't need to control the outcome. I know what I want. I know what I'm trying to manifest. I know what I'm creating here. I'm working with God. I'm working with the universe. I'm working with others. That's part of unity consciousness. I'm working with others. And I'm just going to be in my place of flow and let it come to me. I attract, I don't chase. Even though things might be very unknown, even though it might feel like there's a desert around me, I know that the oasis, the sanctuary, the sacred space resides within myself. That is her journey in a nutshell. Recognizing that everything is contained within. Recognizing her self-empowerment, recognizing her connection to her counterpart, to herself, and to God Source as that Trinity relationship is all within her. And as it aligns within her, as she comes into that inner union, it then manifests itself into a physical partnership. And again, the paradox is when you're with a sacred partner, the paradox is the more you're focused on yourself and your joy and your journey and your love and that free flow of energy that the divine feminine essence is, the more the sacred partner is able to match her in that vibration. And again, it's free will, but more likely than not, your sacred partner is meeting you. For some, it might be a soulmate path. For others, it might be a twin flame path. The labels do not matter. It is sacred partnership with another who matches your conscious awareness, who matches the same frequency in which you are on your ascension journey, who helps you to evolve, to grow, and to expand in that sacredness, in that sacred container of growth. And so divine feminines have been really learning how to trust her intuition, recognizing, hey, the physical is just the surface layer. It is not all there is. They're showing me the moon card in tarot, which there's more beneath the surface than is being revealed at this time. And that's exactly what we're experiencing now on this journey. There is so much happening energetically that we can feel, but we might not be able to see it just yet in our physical world because it's still aligning energetically. It's almost like the stage is still being set. You're the audience in the curtain, and the curtains are closed, but you can hear furniture being moved and the stage being set and people getting into place, but you can't see it just yet. That's what this is. Things are still getting into alignment. Things are always getting into alignment if you want to look at it in that context. And you might not be able to see it just yet, but you have this feeling like you know that something's going on. You know that something is shifting because you're doing the work. You're shifting yourself. You're transforming yourself. And your intuition is your very soul that is telling you, hey, everything's okay. You don't have to worry about what's beyond the curtain. The curtain will open. You will be able to see. You'll be able to understand everything that is taking place. But all you have to do is trust. Trust in the unknown, because it's not unknown to the soul at all. The soul is actually there as the stage manager behind the stage, kind of putting things into place. The soul and God Source working together as the stage managers, putting things into place for you. It's just your ego sitting in your identity, your persona, your physical self, sitting in the audience, looking at the curtains that is saying, wait a minute, I don't really know what's happening here. And that's where the fear and the doubt can take place. Just sit back and enjoy. Just sit back and enjoy knowing that everything is coming and everything is now. Sit back and enjoy your people that you're with, enjoying the show. That's unity consciousness. It's saying, hey, wherever I am in this present moment is exactly when and where I need to be. It's exactly perfect for me. You can turn to your neighbor in the audience and have a conversation, and that's the conversation that you're meant to be having. Maybe it provides you with insight, or maybe it provides you with a new connection. Maybe it makes you super excited for the show. Whatever it is that you're experiencing in the now moment is perfect for you, for your growth, for your evolution. Don't look too far ahead. Divine Feminine are learning how to take it step by step, being in the place of trust. Trusting in divine unfolding. And divine unfolding isn't just saying, oh, I'm just going to sit back and whatever happens, happens. No, like I said, still, maybe you're getting a snack. Maybe you are working on your phone, doing business from your phone as you're waiting for the curtains to open. Maybe you are enjoying other connections, meeting other people, having beautiful conversations. Maybe you are creating something else. Maybe, whatever it is. The being in the audience is just perhaps a poor metaphor, but it's a metaphor. Whatever it is, be in the present moment. Anticipate the curtains opening and the next stage of your evolution and your life experience coming in. But don't be just sitting there waiting for it, because then you're missing out on the present moment. So we're going to end with that metaphor because that feels very convoluted. But we're going to pull back and just say, you're not in unknown territory when you're connected to your heart space, when you're connected to your intuition, when you're connected to your divine feminine self. Because divine feminine essence is extremely present. And she's knowing that, hey, I'm just letting life flow through me. Because she is the vessel for life force energy. Where life force energy just flows through her. Where she knows that she just has to trust her intuition at any given moment. And just take the next step as she's guided to take. Again, that's the balance of the masculine and feminine energies within her that we talked about in the divine masculine reading. It is receiving that divine guidance. The masculine energy is the one that takes action, so that's where she's in inner union. But the feminine energy is the one that trusts that. The feminine energy is the one who says, hey, I'm in unknown territory being in this present moment, and my ego might not be entirely comfortable with this because my ego likes to plan ahead. So my ego might be bringing up, hey, this feels like the past, or this feels uncertain because of what we experienced in the past, or I'm not entirely comfortable with this, let's second guess this, let's doubt this, let's question this. Feminine energy is just like, wait a minute, I don't have to question it, I don't have to second guess it, I don't have to doubt it, because I'm listening to my soul self. And when I'm listening to my soul self, I know that everything's going to be okay. I know that I have all the tools. I know that I'm in a place where I'm supported, and I can support myself, and I can take care of myself, and no matter what challenges arise, I'll be okay. Even if it's a little uncomfortable, even if it's a little unpleasant, I'll be okay. I'll get through it at the next step. Maybe this is a step that I'm in now, but I'll get through it with the next step, and the next step, and the next step. Divine feminine is movement. Taking that next step, not looking too far ahead, because that can get you caught up in the ego. That can get you caught up in the fears and the uncertainty. But just being very present and just flowing wherever life is taking her, where her intuition is guiding her. The unknown is not so scary when she's being present. She's comfortable here when she's listening to her intuition. That's what the journey has been teaching her, how to surrender to herself. Surrender to her co-creation with God, her partnership with God, to surrender to her own intuition, her connection to herself. It's beautiful. All right, let's get a little bit more. Tell me more about the Divine Feminine's Ascension journey, please, Spirit. Tell me more about the Divine Feminine's Ascension journey. Tell me more about the Divine Feminine's Ascension journey. Your life is a canvas. Artist, manifestation, creative accountability. It's interesting because the Divine Masculine got this in part of his reading where we were talking about the past, present, and kind of near future energies for their ascension journey. And the near future energies was understanding that they are creating their own life, that they hold the pen to narrate their own life, where they perhaps have been giving that to others, or perhaps that they had not been believing in their own abilities. What's interesting is this is mirroring that. Divine Feminines, you are recognizing your power. You are recognizing your strength. You are recognizing your abilities to manifest, to create. Now, this is all about your energetic alignment. This is all about recognizing, hey, I am in control of myself. this is controlling the controllables. I might not be able to control the world. I can't control my counterpart. I can't control my ascension journey. I can only control myself and where I am in this moment. And from this present moment, I actually have the ability to create everything, because everything stems from the present moment and the energy that I'm in right here, right now. We talk about this. I'm going to repeat this, especially for those of you who are new to my channel. We talk about this a lot in some daily energy draws, which will be back in 2022. I'm very excited to announce. So stay tuned for that, as well as some of the Ascension channelings that we do, the in-depth channelings that we do on the channel here. This point in this period is your present moment, your present self. Who you were before this point is who you were in the past. And everything that you created here or previously brought you to this version of yourself. This past version of yourself is bringing you to this present point in time. So you might have had unpleasant experiences and unpleasant timelines in the past, but that was manifested from this past version of yourself, because that was the energy that you were in. You might have been experiencing some lack consciousness. You might have been experiencing some abandonment, some rejection, some pain. But with your healing work, that's the Ascension journey. The Ascension journey is one of clearing, of shifting, of raising your vibrations through new levels of consciousness. As you raise your consciousness, you're then shifting in your energy to become a brand new person, a brand new energy, a brand new version of yourself. Like I said at the beginning, you might not even recognize the person that you were even a couple of weeks ago. You're in a brand new energy. You feel so transformed. You feel so different energetically. And if you try to go back to who you were, you can't, because your energy has shifted so much. And so everything that you went through had to bring you to this point. Everything that you were creating from this level of consciousness actually helped you to shift to this point. So here you are now in the present. And this level of consciousness, you're able to create new timelines for yourself. Let me start over. Let me start here. This is your past version of yourself, okay? I want to make this clear. I think I've articulated it in the past a little bit better. This is your past version of yourself. And from this lower level of consciousness, and I say lower as comparison to the new version that you are. It's not better or worse. It's just a different consciousness. You just, through your experiences, through your learning, through your clearing, through your evolution, you naturally raise into higher consciousness, which is a shift in perspective, which is a shift in dimension, a shift in energy. So when I say lower, it's not better or worse, it just is different. So you were in a different plane of existence, you were in a different consciousness here. And from this lower level of consciousness, you were manifesting different timelines, different experiences that might have been more unpleasant, lower. So maybe you were experiencing lack. Maybe you were experiencing trouble with finances. Maybe you were experiencing trouble with relationships or family dynamics, whatever it was. And you had a little bit of a difficult time coping with it or overcoming it or facing those challenges. Well, through your shifts and transformations, through your clearings, through the purgings, through the releasing of all those old energies and all that old karma that you experience or that you clear, you shift into this new consciousness. And from this higher consciousness, you get to create. But because you're in the higher consciousness, it's all positive. I don't want to say all positive, but you're able to handle it better. So you're not in lack anymore. You're in abundance. You're not in having trouble with family dynamics or relationships or toxic energies because you cleared that. So now you're manifesting harmonious relationships. You're manifesting harmonious and joyful family dynamics and relationships and partnerships. Do you see what I mean? I'm having trouble articulating it, but because you're in this higher consciousness, you're manifesting from that higher place of consciousness, and that higher frequency, which means higher frequency experiences, which means more abundance. It's higher timelines. It's like if you had all these different threads, the lower consciousness energies, dense energies, heavy energies, the really challenging energies falls away so that you're in the higher timelines. Doesn't mean that you don't have unpleasant experiences, but you're able to cope with them, you're able to handle them, you're able to overcome them much more easily. You're able to understand them much more easily. You're creating from this higher place of consciousness. You're creating from the present moment. And because you're in the present moment, you're saying, hey, listen, I'm not going to repeat the lower consciousness pain patterns of the past. That's done. I'm closing that door. It's over. And I'm not going to worry so much about the future because I know that in this present moment, I'm creating my future by the energy that I'm in. So if I'm in the present moment in an energy of lack, well, I know then I can create that timeline. And I don't want to create that timeline. So I'm going to bring my awareness back to myself and say, hey, I want to create a timeline of abundance. So that's what I'm going to manifest. That's this. Your life is your canvas. What do you want to create? What do you want to manifest? What experiences do you want to have? How do you want to live? You are the one holding the pen. You are the one holding the paintbrush. This is you being accountable for yourself. Control the controllables. You can only control yourself. You can't control what other people do. You can't control how the world reacts. You can only control yourself, your creations from this point in time. Hey, listen, maybe this is going to happen. Maybe people are going to react this way, but I'm in this energy. I'm controlling myself. I'm going to stay in a vibration of love. I'm going to stay in a vibration of joy. I'm going to stay in a vibration of higher consciousness. So then whatever comes my way, I can deal with it. Okay, let's get another card for where else is she on her ascension journey. What else is she on her ascension journey? I'm going to actually move on to the next deck. So we're going to do the past, present, and future of her ascension journey. I'm in a little bit of a limited time crunch here, so we're going to keep going. Okay, Divine Feminine, past energy for the Ascension journey. Past energy for the Ascension journey and her connection. We'll talk about her connection too. So, past energy for the Divine Feminine's Ascension journey, please. Whoop. The cosmos, ascend. I connect to oneness and expand my awareness. Yeah. Divine Feminine, as we talked about in the Divine Masculine reading, is really connected to the higher consciousness. That's the feminine energy. So, whether you're a masculine or a feminine core essence, it's the feminine energy that is really connected to the higher realms, to the intuition, to the expression, to the connection to God's source and the universe, the cosmos as a whole. And so she has always been connected on this ascension journey. That has been a challenge for her because it's almost like she's like, I can understand and I can see and I have clarity about this journey. Why doesn't anybody else, especially my divine masculine? But remember, the masculine is mirroring you. They are on this journey with you. They're just coming at it from a different perspective. They're coming at it from a very physical nature. They're within the lower three chakras, which is very grounded energy, very physical energy. They are the foundation. You're in the higher chakras, which is really bringing in the energy of the connection. The masculine energy really grounds it. And so you might have been really struggling with this, Divine Feminines, because you were like, well, I'm seeing this, I'm understanding this, why doesn't my masculine or why don't other people understand this the way I do? It's just because you're very highly attuned and very highly connected, and the more people who awaken, to their own feminine essence within them and heal the feminine essence within them, the more you are expanding their awareness, or they are expanding their own awareness, and the more they will understand for themselves. So, feminine, you have always been connected, and that was a little bit of a challenge for you, but you're learning, again, control the controllables. You are learning how to just appreciate and accept and walk your path and allowing others to walk theirs as well. So, present energy for the ascension journey. Oh my gosh, this is interesting. We got this in the masculine reading as well. We have the fallen star, shame. I no longer hide my face. I step into my light with love. And the ancient grandmother, teacher. I am the teacher that leads with self-knowledge. So this is a little bit of a different energy than we had for the masculine. In the present energy, I feel like the divine feminine is really stepping into her light, really stepping into her power. This is the energy of self-empowerment. We've been channeling for the feminine in the Sacred Union energy updates and the Ascension channelings over on Susan Dawn Ascension Connections, my sister channel. Make sure you subscribe there as well for some deeper, higher level ascension, sacred channelings. This is that energy here. So she's always been connected, but she might have actually shied away from herself because she might have been looking around and been like, why don't other people understand this? And feeling very alone in herself, feeling very alone in her journey. Why doesn't my masculine see it the way I do? Why don't other people awaken to this? Why don't they understand it the way I do? I don't understand. It feels very lonely. It feels very secluded. It feels very isolated. I feel like I'm walking my own path. Well, now she's recognizing the beauty of that, the beauty of walking her own path. And she's like, hey, I am walking my own path, and I'm embracing that because I'm recognizing that everybody, every soul is walking their own path. And that doesn't mean that I have to shy away from who I am, or I have to shy away from my mission, or I have to shy away from walking my path. All that means is that I can shine my light as bright as possible, and I can teach others. I can show others. Now, this is not controlling others. Everybody's where they're meant to be on their path, but this is you just being a guiding light. This is embodiment. The more you walk your path, not forcing others to learn, not forcing others to share your opinions or to share your understandings or your insights or your visions. The more you're just walking your path and embodying love, embodying your sacred self, embodying everything that you have learned through your journey and teachings, you're setting the example. That's how you teach. You don't teach by lecturing. You don't teach by saying you have to have the same experience that I have, or you have to have the same understanding that I have, or you have to follow my path exactly. Everybody's on their own path that is right for them. It's a shared path. It's a collective path. But it looks a little bit different for everybody. And that's the beauty of it. Unity consciousness is understanding that we are all part of the same collective energy, the same love energy. We are all threads making up this beautiful cosmic tapestry. But we're unique threads on unique paths. And so we can guide others. We can offer insight. We can motivate others and inspire others and shine our light, or through our light shining is how we do that. But we don't force anybody. We don't control anybody. And it might have felt very isolating before. It might have felt very lonely before. But this is the self-empowered energy that Divine Feminine is entering into, where she's saying, you know what? I'm not going to hold myself back anymore. I'm not going to hide myself. I might be misunderstood. People might not recognize me or understand me. People might not be walking with me that I thought was meant to be walking with me. But I'm not going to hold myself back anymore. I'm just going to shine my light and embody love and embody my sacred self and who I am, who I know I am naturally. And through that, I'm just going to be an example for whoever needs it, whoever wants it. That's how I'm going to teach. That's how I'm going to show up in the world. That's how I'm going to guide. I teach and I guide through the connection I have to myself. That's this energy. She is stepping into her light and just saying, don't follow me, just walk beside me on your own path. Because you have something to share too. It's recognizing the love and the wisdom within all. She is just allowing herself to embrace her divinity, embrace her self-empowerment, and shine her light. She's not worried about ridicule. She's not worried about judgment. She's not worried about people-pleasing. She's not worried. She's just shining her light and not holding herself back anymore. And through that, through her walking her path, she's shining her light. And that is having a shining example and teaching the world. Beautiful, beautiful energy. And she's recognizing too that she's not as alone as she might have felt, because this is calling in soul family. Those who are matching that frequency, matching that consciousness, are walking alongside her. Where is this ascension journey taking the Divine Feminine? Where is this ascension journey taking the Divine Feminine? come for the Divine Feminine, please, Spirit, on her ascension journey? Another message for those in sacred partnerships. That's what this is about as well. Just want to turn off my timer here. That's what this is about as well. She's saying, you know what? I'm not holding myself back. For so long, the Divine Feminine had been focused on the sacred partnership and the Divine Masculine, what he was and was not doing. And now she's recognizing, hey, I just need to focus on my path. And when she's focused on her path, she's shining so brightly that the Divine Masculine, who's going through his own transformation or to shine his light, is then meeting her. That is the sacred convergence that we channeled over on Susan Dawn Ascension Connections. I'll put a link in the description box for that as well. Make sure that you're checking that out as well. So this is all about just acknowledging your path, acknowledging the soul of yourself, and shining as brightly as you can and not holding yourself back for anything or anyone. And the Priestess. Remember when I said it was High Priestess energy? Embody. I am an embodiment of the Divine Feminine. Can it get more perfect? And look at that beautiful card. Can it get more perfect than that? That is this energy. That is and you have the Empress of the Night that came out in the Divine Masculine reading as the Empress energy, as the Divine Feminine energy. That is this energy as well. So after the storm, I emerge a shiny new star. After Tower moments, after the dark night of the soul, I emerge transformed as the Divine Feminine. But with the High Priestess here, she is really embodying the sacred. She is embodying the soul self. She is embodying her power, her mysticism, her abilities, her love, her connection to the universe and the whole of the cosmos. And look at that crown there. She's embodying all of this, and she's just saying, you know what? This is who I am, and I'm not going to shy away or hide myself or shield myself from myself or the world any longer. Really beautiful energy for the Divine Feminines. Okay, let's talk about the connection a little bit. So we're going to talk about how is the Divine Feminine feeling about her journey, how is she feeling about her connection, and how is she feeling about her Divine Masculine as a whole. So how is she feeling about the journey? What's her current energy when it comes to this journey? Divine Feminine, how is she feeling about the Ascension journey? The Shore. Oh, that's an interesting, it's a new card in this deck. You have Karma and the Seven of Wands. So she has been through it. She has been through it. She has been into the deepest depths of herself. Releasing old karma, releasing old templates, releasing old beliefs, mindsets, really transforming and shifting her consciousness. And as such, her current energies might be a little bit guarded. She's been through the ringer. Now, both counterparts really have with this journey. This is a journey that is not for the faint of heart. This is really about facing your shadow self. This is about purging all that soul sludge, anything that's keeping you from the divine within yourself, anything that is keeping you from connecting to yourself, anything from keeping you from your sovereignty, from your authenticity, from the truth of yourself, anything that's keeping you from embracing your highest light. And so you've really been releasing all of that by doing the deep dives, by doing the healing work, the clearing work, the transmutation. And so it really has been a journey. With the Shore card here, what I feel like is you feel like, oh my gosh, I've been out to sea and I feel like I've been drowning. I feel like I have been just without water, like pure water to drink from. I feel like I just have had no footing on this journey. It's been a roller coaster of ups and downs, but I finally see the shore. I finally understand why I've been through this journey. I finally feel the transformation within myself, and I recognize, hey, I don't regret this journey whatsoever anymore. Might still be a little bit guarded, might still be a little bit weary, might still be a little bit, this journey has been difficult and challenging, and I don't know if I can continue sometimes, but she's recognizing the transformation within herself, and she's like, I can finally see what it was all for. It was for this energy that I'm in right now. It was for this transformation, and I know that there's only better to come because, again, I'm in new energy. I'm in higher consciousness, so I'm creating new timelines for myself, and I'm aware that I have the capability now to create my future, to create my reality. So It's been very difficult for divine feminines, and she might feel a little bit guarded, and because she's done such deep work through this transformation, but she is seeing, okay, I'm reaching the shore. This was all worth it for a reason. This journey was worth it for a reason, because it's new land, it's new territory, and I am just, it's the oasis. It's like you finally reach the oasis being the transformation within yourself. There's a sense of relief here. There's a sense of release, and there's a sense of gratitude for this journey having brought you through the unknown, through the difficulties, through the challenges, through the desert and the void, to this place of pure union and connection within. Whew, it's beautiful energy. How is she feeling about the connection? You have the Four of Wands, you have the Composer, and you have, it's the same energy. It's this energy of recognizing. Let's get one more. You have the Shapeshifter. Yeah, you have the ability to create. You have the ability to create. You have the ability to manifest what it is that you want. Now, it might not be the specific person. Again, that's that free will. You can't control another person. You can only control yourself. And that's part of the releasing that you had to do. Again, that journey's end and the sacred channelings that we've had recently can really explain this more. I'm not going to go into that. But this is you recognizing you have that stability, that security, and that commitment within yourself. And you will have that celebration and that partnership, that stability and that security with a person, with another partner. But you get to create from the energy that you're in. If you're still holding on to someone, if you're still holding on to the journey, if you're still holding on to the past, then that's just creating resistance for yourself. So you have the ability to shift that within yourself, that then brings in this beautiful union energy, the Four of Wands being a union energy. I'm not going to go deep into that because I feel like we talked about that in Sacred Convergence. So I'll put a link to everything in the description box below. How is she feeling about her sacred partner? Six of Pentacles. There's a stable energy here. There's a sense of balance here. Six of Pentacles. What else? How is she feeling about her divine masculine? Two of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. I love this. And look, you have Life on Earth. That is union. And this beautiful card, Life on Earth, feels like union in the physical. Look at how they're embracing. Look at the energy of that. But it's the Pentacle energy. It is bringing this energy down to the physical, to a physical partnership, to a physical experience for life. Beautiful, beautiful energy. God, I love that card. That's so beautiful. Six of Pentacles, Two of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. This is a balanced, reciprocal energy. This is a stable, secure partnership where the love is reciprocated. The Two of Cups, the Divine Masculine got this as well. This is equal give and take. You are manifesting this with this Seven of Pentacles here with the Seven of Trees. You're manifesting this. You had planted the seeds long ago on this journey, and through all this work and all this transformation, it is coming to harvest. That's what this feels like. It doesn't feel, you might be planting new seeds now for your future, but it's because you shifted in consciousness that the new seeds that you're planting now have the knowledge, the insight, the awareness, and the experience of the old that will reap you reward, that will reap you abundance, that will reap you beautiful connection. So I just feel like there is a sense of beautiful abundance that's coming in for this connection, a beautiful partnership, a beautiful sacredness for this connection, a security, a stability, a sense of just reciprocity. It's I water you and you water me. This is really beautiful. Okay, what is challenging the Divine Feminine at this time? What is challenging the Divine Feminine? What is challenging the Divine Feminine? What's challenging the Divine Feminine at this time? What might be challenging the Divine Feminine, please, Spirit? What's challenging the Divine Feminine? Angel of Space Clearing. It's interesting. As I was shuffling, I kept hearing herself. So she might be standing in her own way. There might still be some blocks for you to uncover where there's some self-sabotaging energy there. So you might be your own challenge. It's time to clear. Yeah, it's time to clear old negative thoughts and feelings. So it might just be some old patterns, some old self-sabotaging energy. We got this card for the Divine Masculine as well. So you guys really are mirroring each other as you are approaching. You're in your own inner union, and as you approach outer union, again, that sacred convergence coming into physical connection, what's happening is you're really recognizing yourself as a being of light. There might still be some self-sabotaging energy, some old mindsets, some old beliefs around that you just need to clear as you really embody this higher level of yourself, and as you embody your higher self. So what do you need to surrender for this? What do you need to surrender? What does Divine Feminine need to surrender? What does Divine Feminine need to surrender? Surrender your addictions. This is releasing that attachment. This is releasing the attachment to the past, releasing the attachment to even your counterpart and the journey as a whole as it was. Again, the journey's end reading really resonating here, so make sure that you check that out. We're at the end of that long cycle of ending one phase of our journey as we enter into another. So really check that out if these readings are resonating with you. Even, listen to it again, because, again, those readings are meant to be timeless, and it might be even more resonant with you now. This could even be attachment to the patterns, the pain, the mindsets, the beliefs that you had, allowing yourself to shift, especially shifting your beliefs around yourself and shifting your beliefs around your power, your connection. When I say your power, I mean your divinity. I mean your connection to God's source and to yourself, to your soul self, and shifting your beliefs around love as a whole. So really allowing yourself to continue to transform and continue to shift out of self-deprecation, I'm hearing, self-sabotage, and energies that really just hold yourself back. And nobody's holding you back but yourself. So recognizing that will help you to release that as well. All right, guidance for the Divine Feminine, please. Guidance for the Divine Feminine. Guidance for the Divine Feminine. Guidance for... Whoop. I'm not going to take all of that. Let's get one card, please. Guidance for the Divine Feminine. Thank you. Soul time. I love it. This energy feels like being at one with yourself is what I'm hearing. Allowing yourself to recognize yourself. Allowing yourself to really connect to yourself. And that's what a lot of us are experiencing on this journey at this present moment. We're recognizing that we need to pull back from connections. We need to pull back from experiences. We need to pull back even from the physical in order to connect deeper to ourselves. Again, we started this reading with recognizing that the journey that the Divine Feminine has been on has been all about releasing the illusions. Realizing that there's more going on than the physical world dictates. Recognizing that we need to trust our intuition versus what we're seeing in our physical experience. And what we're doing right now is we're getting back to the basics. We are returning to that teaching and mastering that teaching by connecting back to our soul selves, by connecting back to God, by connecting back to the experiences that we're and the energy that we're feeling within, versus focusing what we're experiencing without. And so some of us might be experiencing detachment or even physical separation, but it's because we have to go on our individual journeys to really embrace this and embody this, to embody recognizing the empowerment within ourselves in order to come together with a partner. So this soul time is really recognizing the oneness within ourselves. And when you're recognizing the oneness within yourselves, you're also recognizing the oneness that you have with your sacred partner. Even though you might be experiencing detachment or physical separation with your counterpart, it's different than any other separations that you may have experienced in the past because you don't feel separate from them. The connection is still strong. But you're in a higher level of that connection. You're in that union. And again, you've always been in union. It was just the illusion of separation. So you're recognizing that union within you. And you're recognizing, hey, even though I'm in physical separation, or I'm not communicating, or I'm detached from my sacred partner, I recognize that we have always been in union, that we are still in union. We're just walking our individual paths right now to learn more about ourselves, to go through these initiations, to recognize this place of self-empowerment, to embody our sacred selves, and then we'll converge in a healthy relationship. So beautiful energies for the Divine Feminines. Allow this soul time. Allow for the soul time to take place. Allow yourself to connect back to yourself and to God's source. Okay, let's get a final message for the Divine Feminine, please. Final message for the Divine Feminine. Final message for the Divine Feminine. Final message for the Divine Feminine. Oh, we got 2. Quiet your mind. Believe the answers you need will be there. They already exist within you. Again, everything exists within you. That is the theme of your journey, recognizing, listening to your soul self, listening to your own intuition, the wisdom that you have always contained within. Anything else is just external validation or confirmation or projection. You contain everything within yourself. I am here beside you, I promise you. I am walking with you every step of the way. I know you think you can't see me or hear me, and sometimes it's even hard for you to feel me, but this is where I need you to find your faith. This is my Conversations with the Universe deck that I created. It's available on my Etsy shop. When I created this, this was from the universe, God's source speaking to you. But I'm actually feeling like this is your counterpart. Again, you've always been in union. You still are in union. Even if you're experiencing separation, you're just walking your individual paths. It's a time of individuality so that you can really anchor in that awareness and that self-empowerment, so you can really embody your sacred path and your sacred self. And that's when you converge with a partner who has done the same. All right, you guys, beautiful, beautiful readings. Thank you so much for the opportunity for doing this for you. If you want to book a reading with me, I am available. Make sure that you're checking out SusanDawnSpiritual.com. I'm sending you guys so much love, so much light, and we'll see you next time. Bye.